I watched my husband get handcuffed in front of his coworkers, his parents, and the woman he stole my life for. And that was the moment I finally stopped shaking. My name is Emily. For 12 years, I believed I had a solid life. We lived in Austin, Texas, in a quiet neighborhood where lawns were trimmed on Sundays and everyone waved even if they didn't mean it. I worked as a senior accounts manager for a mid-sized construction firm. I was good at my job, precise, trusted, invisible in the way women like me often are. My husband, Mark, owned a property development company. On paper, he was successful. In reality, I was the one managing our finances, paying bills, filing taxes, and making sure the numbers never bled. We didn't have kids. We were waiting for the right time. That's what he said. I believed him. At night, I would sit at the kitchen counter with my laptop open, reviewing budgets while he talked about expansion, investments, and our future. I thought we were a team. I thought love meant loyalty. I was wrong. The first crack came quietly. A bank notification popped up on my phone. An overdraft warning on an account that should have had 6 figures sitting in it. I told myself it was a glitch. Banks make mistakes. They don't. When I logged in, my hands started to sweat. Large transfers. Repeated. Clean. Intentional. Money moving into an LLC I had never heard of. When I asked Mark about it, he smiled. That smile. Calm. Casual. Practiced. Investment stuff, he said. You wouldn't get it. That sentence stayed with me. A week later, I found the email. Not a confession. Not guilt. A hotel receipt. 2 rooms. One name wasn't mine. I confronted him in our living room. No screaming. No drama. Just truth sitting between us like broken glass. He didn't deny it. He sighed. I've been meaning to tell you. That's when I learned about her. Younger. Worked in marketing. Pregnant. And then came the worst part. I need you to sign something, he said. Divorce papers. Asset separation. A clause stating I had no claim to the company I helped build. That night, I locked myself in the bathroom and slid down the wall until the floor caught me. I cried until my throat burned, until my hands cramped, until I couldn't recognize my own face in the mirror. I almost gave up right there. But grief has a second phase. Clarity. Mark underestimated me because he never listened. He never noticed how closely I watched numbers, patterns, lies. I didn't confront him again. I didn't warn him. I started copying files, emails, bank transfers, shell companies, false invoices. What Mark didn't know was that his company's finances were already under scrutiny. I knew because I handled the compliance reports. I met with a lawyer, then another. Then I sat alone in my car afterward, hands shaking on the steering wheel. This wasn't about anger anymore. This was about truth and justice. Mark thought I was broken. He thought I was quiet because I was weak. I was quiet because I was preparing. The day everything collapsed was the day Mark planned to announce his new chapter. He hosted a company-wide meeting at his office, employees, investors, even family. I was invited. He thought it would make him look generous. I walked in wearing a simple black dress. No makeup. Calm. When he started speaking about growth and honesty, I stood up. I didn't raise my voice. I handed copies to everyone in the room. Bank statements. Affair expense reports. Fraudulent loan applications with his signature. Then I looked at him and said, "You forgot I know how to read numbers." The room went silent. Security escorted him out. Police came shortly after. That was the thumbnail moment. Mark's face drained of color as cuffs clicked shut. His girlfriend cried. His parents wouldn't look at him. And I stood there, still shaking but standing. Mark lost everything. The company. The house. His freedom. The court ruled in my favor. Full restitution. His assets were seized. The LLC was a fraud. The money came back to me. I didn't feel happy. I felt free. I learned that silence doesn't mean weakness. It means restraint. And revenge doesn't have to be loud, it just has to be true. After the courtroom emptied, I sat alone on the wooden bench, staring at my hands. They were still shaking. Not from fear anymore, but from release. For months, I had been running on pure survival. Every breath felt borrowed. Every night, I replayed his lies in my head, wondering how someone could sleep beside you for years and still steal from you without flinching. When the judge read the verdict, I didn't cry. I didn't smile either. I felt something colder and cleaner than happiness. Closure. Mark avoided looking at me as he was led away. No apology. No regret. Just the hollow expression of someone who finally understood that charm doesn't erase evidence. Outside the courthouse, reporters asked questions I didn't answer. I walked past them, the sun hitting my face like I was stepping into a different life. For the first time in years, I wasn't carrying his secrets. I went back to the house, my house now, and sat on the floor of the empty living room. The walls echoed. The silence was loud. That's when I broke down again. Not because I lost him, but because I finally saw how long I had ignored myself. I cried for the woman who stayed quiet to keep peace. For the nights I blamed myself. For the trust one gave without protection. But I also felt proud. Because when everything was taken from me, love, security, dignity, I didn't beg. I didn't disappear. I documented. I prepared. I waited. Revenge isn't about destruction. It's about reclaiming what was stolen. And when I locked the door that night, alone but unafraid, I knew one thing for sure. He took my silence for weakness. And it cost him everything.
Before you go, I just want to say thank you for spending your time with this story and being part of this journey. If this video moved you, taught you something, or made you feel less alone, please like the video and share it with someone who might need to hear it today. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Revenge Uncut. We're working hard to reach our first 1,000 subscribers, and your support truly means everything to us. Every single subscription helps this channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you real, emotional, and powerful stories like this one. Most importantly, leave a comment below. Tell us what you felt, what stood out to you, or what this story meant to you. We genuinely read every single comment, and your words inspire us more than you know. Thank you for being here, thank you for your support, and thank you for being part of the Revenge Uncut family.